do?
Good.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's another episode of Kicking It with Jig. You know who I am. I'm John Jig. We got my man Cam in the building with us.
Camo fly. That guy.
It's been a minute, man. I ain't put nothing out, but we back on the wave. It's 2022. We got some new things popping for the new year. Some New Year's resolution. I know everybody got them. We're gonna talk about them. But first, you already know what I got to do. So, bow your heads if you can. If you're driving, go ahead and just, keep your eyes on the road and listen up. Dear Father, we come to you thankfully, asking you to watch over us, asking you to protect us, guide us, deliver us as we walk through this world. We thank you for all the blessings that you have bestowed upon us, waking up every day to have food in our stomach, money in our pocket, health, which is most important at this time, with these new Delta variants and all this new COVID stuff going on, Lord. I ask that this message that we put out, you allow it to hit somebody mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, Lord, anywhere that they need to grow, to become a better one for themselves, Lord. We ask this all in your son's name. Amen. So yeah, man, New Year's resolutions, 2022. 2020 and 2021 has been rough, man. Them years went by fast. It didn't feel like it was 2 years, to be honest.
Really, life's been on pause since 2020. I'm still 23 if you ask me.
I'm feeling, he said he in his Jordan years still.
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on since then.
You see what we drinking on Bel Air? Shouts out Bel Air Rose.
Can't forget the Minute Maid lemonade.
The legend.
This ain't the lemonade, just the tropical punch, but it rhymes, so that's how we gonna throw it together. The Minute Maid lemonade. Shout out to the Astros too, Minute Maid Park, while they at best baseball team in the world. We gonna get to that when baseball will come back up.
So, New Year's resolutions, man. Do you got any? First off, do you believe in the New Year's resolution? All
yeah.
that.
I don't feel like you gotta wait till New Year's to do it, but that's just when it's most convenient for everybody to do it. So
I feel it.
I believe in it. I got a few of my own. I want to read more. I want to get back in the gym, get healthier, and I want to eat right. Those are my 3 biggest things I want to do for the New Year. The biggest one though is read more. I don't.
Yeah, man.
Growing up, I didn't like reading
at all, bro.
I feel like as a man, you got to do things you don't want to do, things that that can help you that you don't want to do. And reading is one of them. So.
And that shit's fundamental, bro. It's sad though that you really got some people out here that can't fucking read. Yeah. Grown ass men who can't fucking read.
Yeah. Some of it be their fault. Some of it just.
Some of it be at the end of the day, bro.
How does shit work?
The system too, but it's on the parents. It's on the parents a whole. I don't give a damn what nobody say. If you got a parent that's there with you every day and you don't know how to read, write, count with all that, that's your fault, your school fault, and your parents' fault more because your parents supposed to be on you to make sure that you know how to do that shit. They can't rely on the system. School system. We already know that our school system, definitely in the inner city where we come from, is already fucked over. They give us the bare minimum.
Not even that, just the whole system everywhere. So they still got us learning A squared plus B squared equals C squared. That shit ain't never helped me do nothing in life.
Facts.
You could be anywhere. The whole shit is flawed. We gotta update our system and figure something out because niggas go to college learning how to find the square root of shit, but don't know how to file for nothing, set up an appointment or do none of that shit that matters in the real world. But I know how to divide some shit or find the square root of some shit or read between the lines what the author really meant. Like, no, that shit don't help us do nothing. We need some shit that's gonna get us prepared for the real life, real world.
There it is. So you say like reading, getting back into the books, like one of your resolutions, Reading.
Not even just books though. Articles.
Just reading
newsletters, yeah.
Just reading.
I'm not limiting myself to books, and I'm not limiting myself to just reading. I say reading because that's one of my things that I like to do the least. But just really just gathering information, just knowledge on certain shit, whether it be a podcast, a video, an interview, a book, whatever it is.
Yeah, just something to help yourself grow.
Yeah,
move into that next step of manhood that life got planned for you.
Right.
Yeah, I feel that. I was watching this thing, and it was talking about New Year's resolutions, and they were saying, if you go to work, if your boss tell you to come to work at this time, you get up and you go.
Okay.
If the doctor tell you to take this type of medicine, you take it. But when we create our New Year's resolutions, or we want to change something about ourselves, we say, "Oh, I want to go to the gym. I want to get, better with working out and get more healthy and all that." But then the next day we don't go, and we slack on it. It comes down to no respect for the self. Anything somebody else telling you that to do that can jeopardize, you do it quick. But when you tell you to do something that can jeopardize you or make you better, you don't do it. You fall back and you find an excuse. I mean, and everybody is guilty of that. I know I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
Everybody is. So it's like,
I'm lazy as hell. I'm the first person that's guilty of being lazy, but I done got by my whole life of being lazy, just doing.
To this part,
I gotta keep it a buck.
Yeah, I've got this far being lazy.
Being lazy.
Giving the bare minimum, going in and sitting down and shut up. Gotten this far. And I mean, like, that's not something that, I want to just sit here and say people do that. Nah, put that extra work in.
Nah,
definitely got to put that extra work in, and I'm learning that now as I'm older and shit. So, like, when dude said that, I was like, damn, like, that means something, like, because, we doing this shit that a motherfucker who got no clue, they got control financially over our life when it comes to work. And, when it comes to, like, the doctor knowing what they say, they say they know what it is, well, do we really know if they know what they're talking about?
I mean, you put your faith in the doctor at that point. It's all faith, blind faith at that. I wouldn't call it blind, because there's certain shit a doctor has to go through to get, you ain't just about to pull up to a doctor.
Ain't no Dr. Sebi's around.
No credentials or no nothing, and you just there.
Shout out Dr. Sebi.
Yeah, if we go into places to see a doctor, they have to pass these certain shit. So I wouldn't call it blind faith, but it's still, I didn't watch you put in the work, so how much of the work did you really put in? But these people are supposed to be experts in their field and what they're doing. So
yeah, so like when they tell us to do something, we go ahead and do it, and it's like you said, lack of respect for self, like, and I feel like I always preach self-love first. Like, yes, I love thy neighbor and everything, but I gotta love myself more than I love anybody else. Point blank, period. Because I have to live with myself every day.
Yeah.
I have to, I have to put my best intentions before anybody else. And if my best intentions causes me to have to quote unquote fuck you over, I'm gonna try my best not to.
I feel like that's applicable now because you don't have kids. Once
Facts.
you have kids,
Facts, yes. But even then, though, you still have to put yourself first so you can put your kids first. You have to be able to take care of yourself mentally. You have to be able to take care of yourself physically. You have to be able to take care of yourself financially, emotionally. Because, like, bro, I grew up in a household where emotional support and all that shit wasn't there.
That's black people in general.
So I'm saying, that's not healthy. That's not healthy.
It ain't.
That's
what
not
it is. That's what it is.
That's what I'm saying. So now but because I know I have the power to change it. So say I have kids, if I'm still emotionally unstable, financially unstable, mentally unstable because of the way that I grew up, I'm not gonna raise the kids. The cycle will be repeated. When they get older, they're gonna be the same way. And there's nothing.
Yeah, no. I feel like no one is happy.
Yeah, and no, yeah.
So
no one is happy with that. And like me now, because I know.
Once you're able to recognize that was the issue, you're gonna at least have some. I'm not saying it's just gonna be, oh well, I was this way, so I'm gonna make sure my kid's not this way. Nah, it's kind of built within you. If this was your certain way, but
because I believe that
you're gonna have those thoughts, those conscious thoughts to help you like, okay, well, that's not right, or
Yeah,
not even that it's not right. It's just not that's not how I want to operate or
yeah.
how I want to.
Because I'm a firm believer. I tell my mom all the time. I know what it's like to grow up without having a dad. Just like my mom, like mom, you grew up with not having a mother. So because you know what that feeling is, you're supposed to be the total opposite and give because you know what it's like to be like, damn, where my mama at? I wish she would have came to my game, or I wish my mama would sit down to help me with my homework. She didn't do that, so you know that you need to do that now.
But I gotta be the devil's advocate. I feel the same way you do with that, but it's like I gotta be the devil's advocate on this one, and not that I want to advocate for motherfuckers that don't do what they're supposed to do, but it's like, okay, well, I grew up without a mom, and I made it, so if they don't have a mom, and you know what I mean, I made it, so why can't you make it?
Facts.
And I don't have a so. I get that, and that's how most people should think, but that ain't always the case on how it happens. And it's like, well, I did it, so not that I want you to do it too, but that's just what we in right now, and that's what you got to deal with. So I get that, but no, I just had to put that out there.
I think it's all a choice though. At the end of the day, it's a choice. If you grew up without a parent and you know what that feeling is like, and you be like and you say you don't want to give that to your kids, you're not gonna give it to them. But if you want to use that as a crutch, as something to blame on why you aren't such a good parent that you in your head seem to be, because society tells people just because you are feeding the child, roof over the head of the child, clothing the child and all that, making school the child go to school, whatever, and you doing your best, that's all that matters as a parent. No, fuck that. Sometimes it don't. No, because that's the bare minimum.
That doing your best is all you can do.
That part. Not doing the bare minimum.
You said, but
not doing the bare minimum.
If you're doing your best, it should. If you're doing your best, it should never be the bare minimum. Even if all you have to offer is the bare minimum,
exactly,
it's not because you're
Facts.
putting your best.
That part, Joe. Like I was gonna say this. You can be giving your best and only produce the bare minimum. But if you only giving out the bare minimum, you ain't doing your best.
Nah, hell no.
And that's what, society has taught a lot of parents. Just because you're doing the bare minimum, you're taking care of this kid with a roof over their head, clothes on their back, and food in their mouth, you doing the best, you should get a pat on your back for being a parent. No, it's much more than that.
Nah, I don't feel like you should never get a pat on your back as a parent.
You decided to lay down and make these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that ain't something that you should get a pat on. I mean, maybe when your kids grow up and do something great, and I don't know. It's really hard for me I gotta keep it a buck. It's really hard for me to have an opinion on this. I don't have kids yet, but right now at the stage of my life, knowing what I know now, this may change once I have kids. But what I know now is like, this is what you supposed to do. So
yeah,
your kids, if you as great as you think you are, you're gonna raise your kids to be great, and whether they grow up to be great and have something to show for it, whether they don't, that's on you, and that's a reflection of you. Not always.
Not really not always a reflection, because there's some shit that just they get influenced. They get influenced through life. When they go out the doors of your house, life in society influences them in a different way.
It's just, as a parent, you should never a pat on the what's a pat on the back as a parent? What does that mean?
Yeah.
This is what I'm supposed to do.
No.
This is a part of life.
I decided to, bring in offspring and another life behind me. So now,
even if you didn't decide, sometimes accidents happen. I get that.
But as in the whole point, when I say decide, I mean is I decided to lay down with this person and do this intercourse. So now I have to accept whatever comes after this.
Yeah, even if it is an accident.
Even if I did not mean to get this woman pregnant and I got her pregnant, I decided to lay down with her. So I have to take everything that comes with it.
So let's dive into this, the whole Drake shit.
Okay, so now that's funny.
So we'll left field, but that kind of play into
it. Okay, so now this is my opinion on it. He's weird for putting the hot sauce in it, but it's funny because it's like, I know what you come to do, bitch. You come to burn me, so guess what? I'm gonna burn your ass first. That's weird. That's weird. It's funny, but it's weird because it's like, bro, you ain't gotta at the status that you are, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, that's why I'm with it. It's like out of all the solutions you thought of,
It's funny as
you
hell.
was dropping hots. Like, why not flush it down the toilet? Why not
Rinse the condom out and
do
put it on the sink.
other shit? Why not? It's a million other things you could have did, at least in my mind,
But
versus dropping hot sauce.
if
But
some niggas don't
that's
like
what
that.
you, yeah, what
Some
I'm saying.
niggas are
That's
like,
what
shit,
you
you
want,
gon'
and that's what you want.
yeah, you going. I know what your intentions are. You gonna try to come get me.
But
so
Drake
guess what?
shouldn't even like. Why is this even?
Why is it? Yeah.
This could have not been a thing.
And she's weird
And
for even
you're
doing
right.
that.
That's why I should have never. But yeah, no, I don't feel bad. I'm not even gonna discuss her because
Don't even feel bad for her, bitch. You
I
stupid.
don't feel bad for you. I don't think you.
You got what
get
you
nothing.
deserve. You knocked
Yeah.
on the devil's door, and guess what?
That's evil.
They answered.
Yeah, you playing with fire. With fire.
And see,
why you
that's
got
the thing
burned.
with this situation that we can't even get into total right now with the women. Some women feel like they're entitled to do that, and everything is fine.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. That's a hard one because people really be crazy. Not just women though. People.
Yeah,
People be crazy and just do crazy
but I ain't
shit.
never heard of no man doing some shit like that to get a woman, Freddie. To trap a woman.
Niggas for sure trap. Yeah, niggas for sure trap. Women. Easy. For sure. I got a good paying job or this woman 6'3" and athletic.
Oh, I'm finna create I'm finna be a breeder.
Just yeah, nah.
Shout out Ocho Cinco for that.
I don't think it's equal, but because the way the world is set up, like there's a reason people say this is a man's world because that's what it is. Men typically, not typically, like you look at the world leaders across the world.
Yeah.
99. I think South Korea got a woman president. That's about it. So like
No,
men
no,
run the
no.
world. So women have to find. Not all women, and yeah, I don't want to put that blanket on all women, but they have to find how they can fit into the world and get a piece of their pie.
You know what though?
Sometimes that's through a man. I can't blame them.
Like
I can't really hate on that.
To be honest, like just looking at the dynamics and shit and history of our country, just our country, I believe now that if, like how you got what's her Kamala Harris, she the vice president. I believe that to make our nation great, to make this nation not worried about the rest of the world, nothing, the United States of America, to make this country a great country for everybody that lives here, there needs to be a woman to take over everything that goes on in here when it comes to how people are treated, the fairness, and things like that, because women are nurturers. A man is, when it comes to the domestic shit, war and all that, yeah, let a man in our government run that out of the country shit, business and all that. But like things that on home turf, let a woman nurture that because that's what a woman naturally does is nurture. And the United States needs a lot of nurturing to be fixed.
I don't think they need nurture.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
we've had shit ran by man since the beginning of our country, and look how fucked up it is.
That's the whole world though.
That's what I'm saying. The whole world is fucked up like that because men work off of testosterone. Who's the bigger nigga? Oh, you don't do what I say, then I'm gonna bully you and watch what I do.
Wait. You don't think women would be the same way?
I'm not. That's why I'm saying is women will be, but
like nah, women is probably worse. Like when it comes to like drama.
yes,
Like men is bad clearly.
yes.
We like to sit and talk about women like women is the only people that's dramatic. Nah. Niggas be in their feelings too. Dudes be in their feelings
We
too.
do, but men don't know how to nurture.
Nah, but
Women do what I'm
women
saying.
are more ruthless than men. So
They probably are, but they know how to
if you got a
nurture
woman
and
leader,
fix shit and make shit.
if you have a woman leader,
That's why I'm
if
not.
she don't like this woman, she's gonna go at her just because.
You're right. Yeah.
Men might do that, but it's gonna be a little different. I don't know. I don't know if that's I just think we need good people in place.
Yeah. I
I
totally
think
agree with that.
the system is flawed. Clearly, that's not no secret. Politics is whatever they is, and I don't think a man or a woman can change that. We have to fix the whole system top to bottom first before we can start to look at specifics. The system is flawed.
Alright, so man, I'm gonna throw a curveball in on you on this one. Switch topics. You know, we got NFL coming up, playoffs. We just had some this past weekend.
Yeah,
2 days ago. We got one game tonight,
Yeah.
and this gonna be the first week that it's over with. We'll see who advanced. We got the Buffalo Bills advanced, the Kansas City Chiefs.
We'll start from the beginning.
Okay, on Saturday we had
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
First game was the Bengals.
Bengals, they advanced. They beat the Raiders.
Yep. Then we got the Bills.
Then the Bills, they blew out the Patriots.
Later that night, Saturday night. Sunday morning, the first game. Sunday afternoon, I would say, was the Bucks advanced.
From the Eagles. Yep.
Yep.
So the Bucks advanced, and then the late game was the Cowboys.
There
and
was three
the
games
yeah.
yesterday.
Then the middle game was the Cowboys and the Niners.
Yep.
Niners advanced. So we got
And then the last game was
the last game
was
was the Chiefs
last night.
and the Steelers.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs advanced. And then we got tonight. So far we got the Chiefs from the AFC, we got the Bengals from the AFC, and we got the Bills from the AFC. And then we got the Buccaneers from the NFC, the 49ers from the NFC, and tonight we find out what the NFC team is going.
Along with the first round by
Titans and the Green Bay Packers.
And the Packers and the NFC.
So,
what was your record about it? What are you so far? What's your record?
I picked the Bengals to win. I picked the Bills to win. Then I picked the Eagles to win, which I lost. So I'm 2-1 so far. Then I picked the 49ers, so 3-1. Then I picked the Steelers to win, which I lost that, so I'm 3-2 right now.
I'm 3-2, but I got two. I'll take the Cowboys. I don't know why I knew the Cowboys were going to fold. Cowboys didn't fold in all the way. I mean, the Cowboys, and I picked the Patriots. I thought Belichick was going to Belichick, but they actually handed him his worst L
in playoff career.
In his whole career. And that felt like, damn, Belichick, I bet on, damn. That's how you doing? I knew I ain't fuck with the Patriots.
So
I knew it. That's my fault.
The way they did this shit though, it kind of did it kind of like last year, but this year they added an extra team.
No, last year was the first year
they had an extra team. I thought this was the first year. I know. Last year they did one team did the bye.
Same this year.
Same this year, but I know they added an extra team.
Yeah, well so if they have 6 teams, right? Because that's what it was before.
Yep.
And one team has a bye, that leaves 5 teams, so someone's not gonna have a game.
Fact.
So last year they had the one team with the bye, but it was still. I think last year was the first year that they had that shit.
I like that better because, fuck all that 2 teams get a bye and shit. Like, if you ain't the number 1 team in the conference, you don't deserve to have a bye.
I like it because it's more games, but I'm not the NFL, you play that's a long season.
Yeah, and playing football, as a person who played college football, we played 11 games. That was a long time. Yeah, so I understand that.
So
yes.
I'm not opposed to 2 teams having a bye, but I'm not opposed to how they run it now either. I actually prefer how they have it now because, like I said, it's more football. The more football, the better. I ain't never heard of somebody complaining. What is football? Why don't know football? I ain't never heard nobody complain about no football. But
so tonight's game.
I'm a fan.
Tonight's game, the Cardinals and the Rams. Who you taking?
I might have a little bias. I got the Cardinals.
You kind of biased about this with his Cardinals and his LA. Why is that?
I'm not really nothing too serious. The GOAT. I'm a Texans fan. H-time, so LeBron, so we Houston everything. And we still our 2 best players in franchise history down there is over there on the Cardinals. So
okay,
I want to see them motherfuckers do good, get a ring eventually. Even if it ain't with the squad, I fuck with Watt, I fuck with Hop. Hop the GOAT, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, nice.
At the peak, when he was doing his thing, he was doing all this shit with 4 different quarterbacks, and then they finally get him a quarterback, and then they ship him out. But he do his thing, and I fuck with Watt too. Watt.
Yeah, that whole family is something special, bro.
We're not even talking about Watt on the field. Watt put on for the whole. He did what he was supposed to. When everything hit, when it flooded, Hurricane Harvey, and then they had the floods after that.
Shout out J.J. Watt for that, man. Good Samaritan.
Yeah, he do what he's supposed to. So you want to see Watt win at all times. I don't care what's going on. So that's why I say that. But if I'm really being honest, it's gonna be tough for them. I think the Cardinals can do it with Kyler Murray back. He's just a baller. He's a playmaker. So with him back there, quarterback, anything could happen. But if we keeping it a buck, the Rams got Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, they got a slew of playmakers everywhere. That was just on defense. I think they got suited. They got some ballers, and then on offense they got Odell. I don't know why I didn't say Cooper Cup first.
Yeah, he's the number one.
Number one in the
He's
league
number one all
this
day.
year.
Yeah.
This year he's the number one wide receiver in the league. Produced the most, balled the most, had the best numbers. Not even fantasy, just everything. He did what he was supposed to. So right now, if who the best wideout, or I don't know if I would say him the best, but he's number one.
He's number one in
most
the league right
productive.
now. So
Did what he was supposed to.
sometimes, the thing is, sometimes we play football. Sometimes you don't gotta be the best player in the league, but you could be the number one player
No,
because the production numbers.
Yeah.
How many? If motherfuckers want to play 10 times, nine times out of 10 they come to you.
Cooper,
Yeah,
Cooper
so-
Cup he's nice. He's nice.
So me tonight, I'm taking LA just because of the fact that Baltimore not in it, and that's the crib. I'm not going against the crib. We in it, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna root for them to go ahead and win. I really, but I do know that it's gonna be a good game just because both teams and DeAndre Hopkins supposed to be back playing. So
No,
I
I think he is. I think I was wrong about that.
Maybe
I
so,
think he had
you know.
surgery. I think he is. I think I was wrong.
But even,
But Watt is back. I don't really see. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't see Watt making too much of a difference like that. I hope he do, but I just see him, being out there fighting because that's what JJ Watt
but
do. And
Arizona
I'm
still got some
respect.
dogs with Kirk and
Nah,
they got
sure.
AJ Green over there. They got
Yeah,
what's the running back name? Pitt.
uh,
Jonathan Pitt, no.
James Conner.
James Conner, there it is. Like, yeah,
I
like
think he was on the IR.
They-
Not IR, but he was on the injury report. So I don't know how.
but they've had a good team, so I'm definitely excited about the game and seeing what it's going to be turning
It's
into.
gonna be a good one. I hope. I hope it's better than that bullshit the last 2 nights. The late games been fugazi.
Blowouts, crazy.
Fugazi. Patriots
Talk
let
about-
me down.
Talking about Fugazi, man, the actions of this man before the playoffs started, Antonio Brown, that was Fugazi. The actions that he took to handle his situation as a grown man who got kids, who been married, whatever, who has a family to provide for, has an image to keep up. His actions was Fugazi as hell. No
Yeah,
matter.
and it definitely wasn't professional. Definitely shouldn't do that. But what he was saying was true about. But see, then there's been multiple reports come out that this wasn't said or he didn't say this. So I don't know. His initial response to it was he said, he had texted the coach, hey, my shit's not good, but I'm still be out there. I'm gonna still make plays. I'm gonna go see whatever, do whatever.
Yeah, do
This
whatever you
was
can to
before
help.
the game, and then during the game, he said, I can't go. My ankle fucked up. The coach was like, oh, you done. Well, I mean, definitely, I'm not like, oh yeah, no, I get it. Nah, hell no, you shouldn't have did that shit. But like, what do you expect? I'm telling you, I can't go, and you telling me I'm done or I'm this or I'm that. Like, no,
I totally believe.
And y'all be promoting all this players' health
Safety and all that, yeah,
mental
for
health
sure.
and players, all that. Y'all promote all that. Well, I'm telling you, I can't go. And I do what I can. Like I'm Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
I ball. That's what I do. So
Fact.
I'm telling you, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I totally agree with the frustration, but I do not agree with the actions of the frustration because this is what's going to happen. All the outcome of this is now when he decides he's healthy and the media say, oh, this is not a player who needs to be in the locker room because of A, B, C, D. This is what happened.
But if
hold on.
the
He's
media don't even have to say that because we
Okay, but
already have that opinion.
The
So I just
owners,
wanted
the
to say
team,
that.
the
I just
team,
wanted to say
the
that.
teams can say, okay, we don't want Mr. Antonio Brown to come play for our team because one, he's gonna cause the negative attention that we don't want. He's gonna be a selfish this and that. He's gonna be this and that. and they have reasons, proof, factual proof that we can see where you justified and act like this. But now you're going to speak out negative and say that like, oh, you know, they don't want to see me win. They're trying to hold me down. They blackball me. Whatever you may say negative about the NFL and the teams, but all of your actions created this. I'm not saying don't be mad, but there's a way that you handle shit.
Nah, he definitely put himself in a worse position.
Definitely as a black man though. Definitely as a black man who got kids to raise, and there's millions of black kids in the United States that want to do what he's doing.
Yeah, that not even just do what he want to use. That not even that, or just doing what he wants to do, or want to do what he's doing.
Just look at him to be
they
like,
look up to him like that personally.
Yes,
like Antonio Brown is cold as like
yeah, you that
personal,
dude, you tight, like you setting the image for these young boys to fucking fail. You just because you got money don't mean that'll give you the right to act ignorant in the public eye.
Nah, hell nah.
You act ignorant when ain't no cameras around, bro. That's something that I feel that definitely with our generation, bro, we do not acknowledge enough with our friends because there's too many people afraid of getting cut off if you tell a motherfucker something. And there's too many people that if you get told something, you gonna cut a motherfucker off.
Yeah, facts.
But it's like, nah, bro, we gotta. It's a time and a place for everything.
You gotta keep it a book with the people.
Gotta keep it, and you gotta accept it. It don't matter if you the head nigga on the top. If you the star on the Christmas tree, my nigga. If motherfucker at the bottom of the tree tell you, nigga, you doing something wrong, that's fugazi.
I don't agree with that, but I feel like there's always somebody you gotta be able to listen to.
For sure.
I don't think you.
I mean, like, yeah, not like, but okay,
it's always somebody you
but
should listen to.
if it's a nigga that
somebody should you should have one person in your life that should be able
not
to
even one
keep it like that could tell you like it is, and you listen or you understand.
At least one.
You might have something to say, which is cool, cause
for
that's
sure.
natural. But you gotta be able to listen to them and take in what they say.
You should have at least one. And if you got one, you lucky. But you need more than that because, like I say, bro, we here to nurture each other. We flowers. You know, you can't just if you got one motherfucker pulling out the weeds versus you got 2-3 people pulling out the weeds on you. You know, think how much more you gonna flourish. You gonna blossom and be more healthier. When you got one person, yeah, it's okay, yeah, but you still like, oh, nigga can't tell me shit. Nigga can't. It's the only person. And then on top of that, who's to say that person gonna tell you, or they see everything that you?
No, yeah, true. I'm just saying, and you should always. It should be somebody you should listen to. Yeah, probably more than one person is ideal, but there should be always at least one person that
should be able to tell you what it is, and you take to it. Yeah. So like I say, bro, if the motherfucking we know and people who follow the NFL and stay up on this shit, they know the organization is fucked up. The organization is gonna use the players. They're like horses to them. They're gonna use them and abuse them until they can't use them no more.
Keeping a buck, I don't even. Antonio Brown looking like he trying to be a rap star now. So
I mean, hey. If you want to do that, bro,
so
go hard.
He might have had his time
with his
now he won't.
With his work ethic, who knows? From being 6th round draft pick to multi-million-dollar man, hey, 3 contracts.
He was the number one at one point in the league.
Yeah,
for sure.
6th round draft pick. So that just show you out there, people who watching this, that you know, if you put in that work and you grind, you can get somewhere if you meant to be there.
You know, him and J.J. Watt was in the same offensive college huddle at one time. J.J. Watt went to Central Michigan. He went there as a tight end and then left. They was in the same huddle. Antonio Brown and J.J. Watt. Yeah. A lot of people. Well, listen, some people know that. A lot of people know that, but some don't too. So yeah. A little side note. Nah, that's we speaking on J.J. Watt just a minute ago.
You know, like. And then the thing,
I fuck with Antonio Brown, but he just gotta. I feel like he need to. If he don't already, I don't know the man person's life, but therapy or something like that would be good for him. He gotta take care of his mental.
Go get it.
What I'm really trying to say. He gotta. That's what. I don't know if football's for him right now. Maybe he got some other shit he need to worry about before he get back to football. He's a great football player. And
Some
I feel
people,
like he
we
loves to
all
be
know
out there,
those
so I
people
wanna
that
see
go
him
through
out there,
that. We all know those people that go through the same situation, kind of a mental, fucked up on their head, can't get right. But it's like the difference between him and a lot of people that we know is he has the financial stability to go do that. I can step away from this and go get myself right.
Yeah.
Even though I got kids and a wife and a family to take care of, I'm financially stable where nothing's gonna for me to step away.
I would like to be.
Yeah, you would think with
financially
3 contracts later, a multi-million-dollar contract, you would think he's right. But a lot of the average American and people that we know don't got the financial stability to be like, okay, I need to go put myself into a rehab for 2, 3 months to talk to somebody to help get this right so I can get my life back under control,
stable.
so I can get back to doing what it is I love doing. Most people don't have that. So what do? They turn to doing the foolishness, doing drugs, and fucking abusing, doing alcohol. And like, come on, bro. Like, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're doing the total opposite. So I feel like we can't sit here and, because the media is going to say that. The media is going to say, well, he has these mental issues and all that, and that's a crutch. No longer can we
I don't
let
think
that.
it's a crutch if that's what it really is.
But
I'm saying
yes,
what
I
it is.
get that. It is what it is, and that's if that's what it is.
But he
that's
has
what
to
it-
want
but,
to change.
Yeah,
Like,
we can no longer.
You're not making excuses for him by pointing that out. I don't feel like.
But
That's not
it's-
making excuses.
but
That's,
it
that's
wasn't
stating
it,
what
but
it is.
it's a-
It's a reason
but
why
yes,
this
yes.
is happening. That's the reason.
But-
I'm not saying that
But
he should
when
not be
but when you
responsible for
have
nothing.
but when you have a person that is doing things based off of a disability, and you keep saying it's because of the disability they're doing this, which may be true. Every time they do it, they get to blame it on the disability. It's not who I am. This is my disability doing this. No, this disability is you. It's a part of you. This is who you are. You need to get it under control. So you're doing this. Like, bro, think about it. Have you ever interacted with any kids that have special needs, but they're still pretty normal and they know that they're different?
Yeah.
They use that shit to their advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adults do the same shit. Nothing changes but the age. Adults do the same shit. So if every time someone is getting in trouble and they're blaming it on their disability, but they're not going to get help for their disability to learn how to control this, they're using that as a crutch to just say, oh, it's because of my disability.
I don't think no one's using that for Antonio Brown as a crutch.
The media for sure is. You can for sure say it. Every Tom Brady has been saying it. The reporters on ESPN.
What did Tom Brady?
Tom
say?
Brady's he's a good guy. We need to give him some help because
That's
he's missing.
not a crutch. That's what it is. That's keeping it a buck.
It may be keeping it
If
up,
Tom Brady,
but at some point when
Antonio
you
Brown
say,
came back and said Tom Brady, like, don't get it twisted, Tom Brady's my guy, it's my friend. Even though he went on the podcast and kind of contradicted himself because he was like, well, if Tom was my guy, I wouldn't
with
have
the money
this
and all that,
contract.
yeah, for sure.
And then he doubled
for
back.
sure.
But I respect him for doubling back and clarifying what it was. I feel like he was just trying to give a different point.
Yeah, okay.
I did have motherfuckers think from a different angle, but he said that's his guy. Now I don't think that's not a crutch, bro. That's keeping it a buck. He need to go get help. Maybe me saying this out in the media saying this will help him go get help. I know that's what helped Brandon Marshall go get help.
Yes, and that's
motherfuckers telling him like, bro, this is not cool. Like, you can't go get some shit. That's what helped him. I don't feel like Antonio Brown, they're using that as a crutch. It's obvious they're saying that because that's what it is. We're not giving him, like, he's not getting no passes from nobody. Like he said, bro, he had a player in contract. Antonio Brown is the best when he left the game, he left at his peak. He was like number one wide. He was the number one wideout in the league.
Facts.
He's now playing on a playing contract. He's not getting no handouts, no passes from nobody. He had to go link with the quarterback. He had to go link with Tom Brady. We all know what Tom Brady wants, Tom Brady get. It's his say so. He may not really be calling the shots, but if Tom Brady say some shit,
Yeah.
we
know, yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So
Fact.
he had to go with in that situation and luck up. He couldn't have went to Tennessee or wherever. I just said a random.
Did he go to
I gotta
Tennessee?
go. Nah. He went to
I played for the Steelers, the Raiders, the Patriots.
exactly with Tom Brady the whole time. I think he was not the, no, yeah, he was with Tom after
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 the
he left the
Raiders.
Raiders. He was Tom Brady in New England.
Then they let him go. Then he went to Tampa Bay.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. So it's not like he's not getting no passes from them. I don't think so. We all know it. He need help. I wouldn't mind not seeing him on the field again
At
until
all.
he got some help or whatever. But he just, I don't think football is what he needs to focus on right now.
At all.
But I fuck with Antonio Brown. I wish him the best. He's cold as hell. Any motherfucker that's great at what they do, I want to see him continue to be great. That's what us as humans is meant to do is be great. So
For
if
sure.
he done found what he was great at and can do that, all power be to him. I want to see him be great. So shout out to Antonio Brown.
Facts.
I fuck with AB.
Speaking of be great, I checked this video out, and I think Shorty is a great for this, for bringing this topic up. She was speaking on, people in relationships with low sex drive. Motherfucker don't want to give up no sex. Then she was saying that people need to allow their partners to have partners out on the side. If you have a low sex drive, you know that you're gonna be tired, you're not trying to do it, your partner trying to get it, but you don't want to do it. You need to allow your partner to go dibble and dabble somewhere else on the side. And I kind of when like I pondered on it for a while, and I kind of the man in me was like, hell no, ain't nobody finna fuck my girl. But the man in me was like, that'd be dope. Hell yeah, it should be like that. Hell yeah. I should be able, if you don't want to, because we know, this is women, this is y'all bodies, like it's our men bodies. Whoever don't want to give up no sex, you don't gotta give up no sex. You don't have to if you don't want to give it up. But there's always reactions to your actions. And if you're not satisfying your partner, so in any way they gonna find a way to get it satisfied. So I don't know. I'm kind of biased on it. I agree with it, but then it's like I don't agree with it.
I mean, it's all relative. Like whatever you can't if when you in a relationship, you gotta. It's not just it's both sides to it. So you gotta meet your partner where they at. So if you with your partner and they got a low sex drive, but they not cool with that, then y'all don't need to be in a relationship. That's just what it is.
I feel that.
So, or if you find somebody that's cool with it, or maybe they not cool with it, but they know they act like they don't like whatever works for y'all. Y'all gotta figure out. But if it ain't working for both of y'all, then y'all just not meant to be together, and it just be that simple. Like I get what she's saying. Like I don't feel like I feel like she was saying if I have a low, you shouldn't let sex drive get you from the. But and I don't think she was really talking about relationships. I think she was talking more so like lifestyles, because like when you marry somebody, it's more than just love. It's lifestyle. At least how I see it. It's like
They fit in your life.
Can you live with this person for the rest of your life?
Facts.
And can y'all coexist and not even live with this person? Can y'all become one and live together? That's what I think marriage is. And so I think she was more going along the lines of a deeper meaning where it was like sex drive, that goes up and down, that'll change, whatever. So don't let that ruin the bigger picture.
Of what y'all got.
But if we're just talking about relationship, like, nah, y'all don't need to be together. But if you got more than just that going on, and if you think of the bigger picture, which is what she was saying in the shit, I feel like she didn't say that, but like,
yeah,
looking like that's what that was in between the lines, then yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's not that serious if you gotta do all that, or if I need to get my shit, if I need to get my nut up and I can't, I'm gonna go do it. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And if you can't help me do that, or if I'm cheating then we just don't need to be together.
Yeah. I totally, yeah, I don't give a, like, there's certain circumstances where motherfucker may physically really not be able to do that because of whatever may conspire earlier throughout that day. But like if you know, like me, if I get into a relationship with a woman and we building and everything, and I know she trying to fuck 4 to 5 times a week, it's my job to make sure that I give her that. Maybe not right when she be like, I need it right now. I may physically can't, nigga, maybe coming from work, just hold on, let me get some rest, let me relax. But at some point in time, I need to fulfill her needs.
Okay, but are you saying that because you feel the same way?
The same way.
Or
me.
like, that's what I'm saying is, like, your sexual drive is probably the same as hers, so that's probably not a problem for you. Versus if you didn't feel that way, if I'm like, damn, that's just not what I'm trying to do, then
Yes,
that's different.
that's not.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta find whatever work.
Facts.
It's the mimosas. It's that Bel Air. It's getting to me. Shout out to Bel Air. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree. It's about finding what evenly yoked with yourself, finding the reciprocal of you, what you work with, what rocks with you to keep you in your balance every day in life. But like I say, as you may not be able to fill the void at the moment when it needs to be filled, but eventually, while that void is there, you need to fill it at some point in time. Because when we do this shit with basically with just jobs. If you work a job and these motherfuckers ain't compensating you right, what's the first thing you do? Look for another job.
No, you see.
But it don't matter.
But before we get to that point, if this job not compensating,
you gonna try to get the compensation.
I'm not gonna take the job in the first place, which is my logic.
No, sometimes that may not be true because you know why?
Relationships because we don't see we're not even gonna get to that point.
That's not true. Because look, let me give you an example. Say you got somebody that's.
I'm not gonna
look. Perfect example.
I gotta get like I'm not gonna take a job and be mad about the pay and still take the job and bitch about the pay.
I'm not saying that.
Me accepting the job was me accepting the pay rate that was discussed
but I'm not saying that. But okay, but look, perfect example. You got a college kid, athlete like we did. You working in your free time. You working you working at a certain job and they're paying you this much. Boom. Now you done playing football. You done going to school and you working. And now you got paying back student loans. You got health insurance you need to pay and all that. But the job is not going to compensate you more. They're not going to give you more money. They're not going to give you more hours. You're not being compensated because you have a void. I need more money. Yes, I took this job years ago and it was cool. But now I grew. I need more.
Okay, so if you grew, then what are you doing for the company to where they should compensate you more? They're not just going to pay you more because you need it. Who would have fuck with?
Okay, so
I said I wish it worked like
that.
I need this, y'all give it to me.
So
they work like that, bro.
So it doesn't. But it doesn't even matter what you're doing for the company at that point. Like
it does though. No, that's what it is. That's the way.
But
we're in a capitalistic society. That's how shit
I'm not talking.
What are you doing for me? If you can't do shit for me, I'm over here.
I'm not jumping into that type of. I'm just saying you need more money because you have more bills that you have. You have to pay back student loans.
Why?
So,
what does that have to do with the company? So get to the point where where you need more money has to do.
If that job is not giving you enough money to pay those bills, the first thing you do is go look for another job. That's the first thing, because you have a void. I have a financial void that I need to have filled.
That's not the same thing.
Yes, with people it is. People, I have a sexual void with this woman. Yes, I've been with this woman for years. And I knew that, this is how much she gonna give me pussy. 3 times a month and all this. Nigga still may be fucking horny and want some more pussy. She not gonna give it up. What's the first thing he gonna do? Look for some more pussy. It's the same thing.
That's not the first thing he's gonna do, because if he has been with
her, maybe he's gonna ask for more pussy for sure.
The first thing he would have did was not be with her. If that's, you say the first thing he would have did was look for more pussy. No, the first thing he would have did was, why am I gonna put myself in a situation if I know my needs are being met? people might be dumb enough to do that, but a real
A lot of
motherfucker
people
with
are.
logic is not gonna put
Yes,
they.
a lot of people.
That's
A lot
not
of people.
gonna do
That's
it.
why. That's why you have these women who be like, "Yes, I married this man, and I'm just fucking just not even heartbroken. I'm just in misery being married to this man because of A, B, C, or D situation. It just is. But you, all these signs were there, but there was something that you liked about it, so you took it. Okay, yeah, he may be, he may have money, but he's boring. He's not intellectual. He doesn't have romance. None of that. He does, but he had money, so you took it. Now you had kids with him. You stayed, but you're still in misery. You don't have the romance that you want, the excitement, the intellectual conversations. You don't get none of that, so you go find it somewhere else. That's the thing. That's the void, and that's what like you say, Shorty was jumping into something deeper. She was just talking on the sexual level. That's not talking about physical level. But it's much more. People have mental, emotional, financial, all voids, and we all have them. Some fulfill them for themselves.
I don't know if I would call them void. Some people just be greedy.
But
Like,
a void is an
but
emptiness.
it's
We all have an emptiness somewhere.
But that's what I'm saying. The motherfucker might think they want this, or they like have a
Yeah,
bigger picture
because
in mind. So I don't know if that's like I get what you say. I don't think what you're saying is wrong, but I don't think it's the same thing as I don't think it's I think if you notice and you notice about your partner, and it's one thing if
but
things
some don't need to
change.
be
But if
known.
you notice about your person,
Okay, yeah, if you know,
you know
jump, yeah,
your
facts. I
person
believe the
ain't
same
this
thing.
way, and they don't want to do this,
That's your fault.
and you still stick with them, and now you need something that you knew that they wasn't giving you. That's not the same thing as
For sure, totally
shit
agree.
changing, or it was this way, and that's what I'm saying. That's
Totally agree with that. Yes, it's not the same as in, but sometimes some people they get in and they be so stuck on the light of that one thing that does that catch their attention that they don't even see the other shit, and they go in so head over heels and get so deep into it that now they start to notice shit, but they're like, fuck, I can't even leave.
no, never.
I don't believe that. I'll never believe that. Some people do. I believe, like I say, self-love always. I need to. It don't matter if I got kids with a woman or not. If this relationship is not healthy for me,
Yeah,
I got to go. If we got kids or not, I'm gonna find a way to be there for my kids every day. Whether I gotta pick them up and fucking keep them at my house after school till you pick them up at night, or I take them to school and pick them up. Something.
Yeah,
Something.
But, no,
But
that's
if you not healthy for me, got to separate.
fact.
Got to get go.
That's man. I think that's man though for everybody. Well, no, I ain't gonna. It
A lot of
should
people
be.
don't know how to do that. It should be.
Should be.
Should be, but a lot of people don't know how to do that.
And what's the point? There's too many people out here.
You can
too
be
much,
bad by yourself.
Too much shit to do out here to just be miserable. And why?
Now you're gonna be miserable in front of the kids.
Why put up with shit you don't want to because it's that Bel Air, I'm telling you. Well, no, for real though. Why put up with shit that you don't want to and be miserable and try when it's just so much other shit to be doing? Like
happiness.
motherfuckers, I don't think life's supposed to be easy, but life ain't supposed to be hard either. Like it's people out there that for you that can make life easy for you. So I don't think going through hard times and all that shit is necessary. Like you don't gotta do all that. Motherfucker put you through that, it's like whatever because there's too many people out here and too much great shit happening to have to go through hard like what the fuck. I'm not saying everything should be cake and roses and shit, but everything don't gotta be hard either. Let's keep it a buck. That's just how I feel. So
A rose grew from the concrete, just like a rose grew from the garden. Sometimes it gotta be hard. Sometimes it's easy. It is what it is. But man, thank y'all for tuning in with us. Appreciate the conversation.
cool.
So we're gonna tune back in with the results of the playoffs again. Let y'all know some more. And I hope y'all have a good one out there, man. Y'all be safe. Peace.
Yeah. Hey.